Boy, that grout looks a lot worse in camera than it does in person. That don't matter. This is one of our bathrooms we don't use. Like 1 out of 5 bathrooms we got in this house, old house. This bathroom, as you can tell by the tile, definitely not one we're too much concerned about. There's too many bathrooms too close together. I got this shed knives. I can't get this shed knives to cut paper. I want to do some testing on this knife. Look, 3/16 inch blade stock. Comes down real thick, you know, real thick behind the edge. I don't know if it's gonna cut paper. It's okay if it don't. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run across the stone a few times. We're gonna try to get it to cutting paper. This is the 300 grit Shafton Pro. I'll take it to the 1000 more than likely, and we will see where we stand. I already know it's sharp enough to cut. It's not sharp enough to cut paper, but bear with me. We'll be back. Still trying to perfect that left-handed technique. Always been a little bit ambidextrous, but I don't have as much control of my left hand. Trying to work on that with this skill. All right, this could be my skill set. Could be, I like definitely got something to do with my skill set for sure. But I can't get it sharp. I can't get it sharp enough to cut paper. But I've cut some stuff with it. There's not paper. I'm back. I'm done. This is about as good as I can get it. It's soft, and that may or may not be a problem. But at my skill set, it's still wet too. So y'all, sorry about that. But my skill set, this is the best I can do. And so especially free-handed. I might get it on a fixed angle machine later, but we'll check it out. Let's take it outside and see what it will cut. We couldn't get it to cut paper. I honed it too, but I honed it with diamonds, and I didn't really take it down, far enough to actually do that, so really with this, it's CPM it's 154 CM, and I'm not sure if it's heat treated. I'm not sure how to translate that. He said it was 58. So talking to some people, if it's 58, it's been heat treated. So it might be just mine. I'm already heat treated. I don't know. It does feel very soft on the stone. But that don't mean it won't cut. It just means that it won't cut paper. And that's not that. It's a very thick blade stock, and it's a very short blade. So it's not. It might not be an excellent slicer. But what will it do? I got a bottle of water here. I'm gonna throw a punch at it.
If you don't hit the grill first.
Did I hit the grill?
I think so.
No, surely not. No, I hit the bottle and not cut it. There we go.
There.
Right.
Oh, yep, just got me in the eye.
Just got you in the eye.
Got me in the eye.
So, just cut the bottle. No problem. Let's let some of this air out of this tire. Jack Billings, you better, man, I am ruining a perfectly good Mustang tire for you, buddy. We'll let a little bit out. We don't want it to blow out of it. One thing I'll say about this, this knife is the ergonomics, man. The handle, can't say enough about it. It fits. It fits great, so. This will be the first time I've ever stabbed a tire especially with a knife like this. I think it's the first time I'm ever going to be stabbing a tire, period. So let's see what kind of pressure it would take. All right. That's not really ensuring. A little bit more air out of it.
And the wise woman was backing away.
Now we're gonna stab the tire.
How about you use your foot and see how much you give you got there.
That's probably overinflated from the sun.
I'm gonna pause while we get this air out. Okay, we're back. I hear air.
Yeah, what? I put a little hole in it, man. I think that is gonna explode. Alright. This might not be a tire. Okay, I've definitely got plenty of air out of it now. We ain't gotta worry about it exploding.
We'll stand it up and try to go in the tread area.
Tread's gonna be even harder.
Ah, okay.
Nah. This ain't gonna be no a paramilitary tube when it comes to stabbing the tire. What can we do with this knife?
Maybe some carving, some wood. Like, get a stick. Yeah. Pretty.
That's a dead branch.
Yeah. Does do that pretty well.
Yeah.
A debarker.
Debarker.
Yeah. Take the bark off of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna have to do another video just to make sure I know how to stab a tire. You know what I mean?
Women have been doing it for years.
Y'all are awesome at it. Don't mess with a man's vehicle. Alright. Let's pause it.
Okay. We're rolling.
Alright, this is a Spartan. And I know it's sharp. And I'd like to see, just by comparison, like, you know, what's it going to take to go through this tire? Okay, that's easy.
Yep.
That's really easy, you know, to go into the tire. Yeah, that's a barely stab, you know. So like,
Oh, it went all the way there.
yeah.
Yeah, you're cutting that tire.
Now that we got it in there, we got a good hole in there. That is such a thick blade stock, y'all. It'll cut the tire.
Yeah.
But like, if you look at the tip, it's just not a stabby, pointy tip. You know, that don't mean it's a bad knife.
No, it's a really thick behind the
but
tip.
it's a. I had to see
If it was just
if
this
it was
tire
me, if
and
it's the
then
tire,
you.
or if it's the knife. And obviously, in this situation, it's just, you know, it's just the knife. It's not going to be a tire stabbing knife. That's okay. We got plenty of tire stabbing knives. It's a dead log, so like I have no idea. Like it'd probably be pretty easy to time through this anyway. It is like a dead solid log at least. Maybe not.
There it goes. Somewhat.
I don't know. The resilience might not be for me and my activities. Not that I have many. So hold the weight of the log.
Ah.
On the other side, it's real bad. That was the side that was laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Look at all these slugs.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Like full disclosure, we started this video off. We was gonna try to do it with the factory edge. I'm not gonna say I did this edge any justice. Like, I mean, at all. Like, I've been doing pretty good with the sharpening, but man, this is a weird blade to sharpen, and I may have screwed it up. But it wouldn't do a lot of things right out of the box, which is fine. Most of us like to put our own edges on a knife anyway. So like it's not really expected. I'm not going to dock any points off of it for that. What I will say is I'm not an expert at any of the testing that you saw. It was just me trying to cut stuff up. With the factory edge, it wouldn't cut through nylon rope. I got some nylon strap out there, about like a seat belt, maybe a little thicker as the yellow stuff. And I know it's easy to cut with like say a paramilitary too. It's nice and sharp. It eats right through it. It just begs for more. Got a short on that. You want to watch it. But I didn't include that in here. I didn't want to. I felt like, well, what I'll do is I'll do my best to put my edge on there, and it's not a pretty edge. It's sharper than it was, but it's not. It's still not sharp. One thing I can say, we didn't roll up the edge. While we were beating up on the knife, it went through the plastic bottle just fine. The second time, the first time was probably just my fault. The impact, just trying to simulate throwing a punch, and the contact making contact with the plastic bottle instead of a bad guy's face, right? And it sliced a pretty good chunk out of that water bottle. The tire, it's so robust behind. I mean, like, look at that tip, y'all. It's like trying to stab an axe through a tire. Really, I mean, it's not that kind of knife, and I didn't expect it to be. That's why I took out the Spartan out of my pocket, and I was like, man, we got to see. I don't have a video of me stabbing a tire. I've got all kinds of rims and all kinds of tires on here, man. I'm a Mustang fanboy. I got all kinds of crap we can stab up around here if we want to. But so it's the first time ever that we watched the Spartan go through the tire. Video's not about the Spartan, but it went through the tire just fine, right? And then it continued to cut. Now, once we had a hole in there, this one didn't mind cutting through the rubber. I wasn't having. It wasn't just eating right through it. I'm not gonna lie about that. But it took a little bit more work to get it to cut through the leather, but the rubber, but it did cut through the rubber, and that is steel radial tires. What else can we say? All right, the log. That log has been laying on the ground for a while. It's oak, it's either oak or pecan. That's all I got back there, pretty much. And so like it come off of one of our trees, so it's oak or pecan. I'm not a wood identifier at all, but it's gonna be one of them. And that was hardwood, and the back half of it was dead. There was slugs all over it, all kind of stuff. So like I was trying to work with the side that was. The whole log was dead, right? It's not like just fresh off a tree type of, like a hardwood life or whatever. But that log was gonna be harder than, 6-week-old pine, or like something, something to that extent. Like it's hard. So like, I give it a pass on that too. I will. I'll give it a pass on that too. Like. It was batoning its way through it just fine. What I was trying to do was break it. I was trying to break the log apart with it. I failed, and it was pretty much a dead log, right? So and so that's how much density it still had left. You know, to if that lets you know anything, I was trying to break it, and I didn't. So like, I'm not one of these kind of testers. So I appreciate you sticking with it. You know, like I like playing around. I usually don't get it on video. I'm probably like an idiot doing all that shit, but I do enjoy playing around, and we did promise Mr. Jack that we would get back with him. One thing this knife does very well is feathers wood. Like even out of the box, it was feathering wood just fine. The angle of the edge that he's got on there, it pushes the wood up, almost like a chisel grind. It's not a chisel grind, but it almost works like that because it's so thick behind the edge that it actually pushes the wood up, and like it makes a lot of nice feather sticks. Like so, if you're like what me and Courtney do, we do a lot of that crap. You know, like in real life, like we'll feather stick, use a fire stick, start a fire, you know, stuff like that. You know, like the kids go camping every once in a while, stuff like that. Anyway, the rest of the stuff, man, like I ain't no tire stabber. You know, I never stabbed tire in real life, not for any reason. So the video's long enough. I just kind of wanted to end the video, letting you know my final thoughts. I believe I don't have anything to worry about on the heat treat. Either it's pre-heat treated before it gets to him, or like there's some sort of magic, you know, is going on that's got this steel where it's not rolling. It was difficult to sharpen. I will send it to a professional. We will get something going on with this. And I'm going to get a HRC tested while I send it off to Lacey. We'll send it off to Lacey. She's got access to all that stuff. I owe her a package anyway, so we'll jump on top of that and get back with you. But so this won't be the final test, but I will say that the Resilience is probably not an EDC knife for me. You know, like for whatever that means. I think it'll be a great self-defense knife. I think it'd be a good wood buddy, you know, if you want to carry it out in the woods and feather stick and stuff like that. But as far as for me, an EDC knife, not it feels great in hand, man. Ergonomics, like I said, there's nothing wrong with how it feels in hand. There's nothing physically wrong with the knife. It just, you know, like it's not for me. Up to you to make up your mind if it's for you. He's got several other models. I will definitely be buying one. You know, like I'll look into them again, and we will pick a model that's more suited to my EDC needs. With that being said, thank you for sticking around this crappy video, and we will catch you on the flip side.